welcome to another episode of Inspiration Talks. I'm very excited about today's episode. As per the common saying said by very famous Albert Einstein, scientists investigate that which already is. Engineers create which has never been. So by this, you can easily know that the guest which I have today is an engineer. So before any delay, let me welcome her. Assalamu alaikum. Jiha, how are you doing today?
Alaikum salam. I'm doing well, Laiba. How are you?
I'm also good. Thank you for joining, Wajiha. So, Wajiha, can you give us a small intro about yourself?
All right. Well, as you mentioned, I am an engineer. Well, I'm an engineer in the making. I'm a student. I am studying in Curtin University, Dubai. I've just finished my first year of mechanical engineering. Professionally, I'm also a freelance writer, and I most recently became a freelance web designer and developer.
So, Wajiha, can you tell about COVID-19 and what do you think about COVID-19? It's more than a year and it's still there and it's studies as well. So, what do you think are the pros and cons of COVID-19?
Well, you've heard about all the negative effects, and we've all seen them. Of course, there was the cost of human life, and there was the economic cost. Everything shut down, and everything, got grounded. So a lot of industries did get disrupted, but I don't need to tell you about that because you've already seen it. I have seen a lot of positive things, though. The first one was work from home. Work from home initially was a difficult thing to adapt to, but if you look at it over time, it saved a lot of transport time and it saved a lot of transport cost. Then it added to accessibility. We see now that not everyone has to go to the workspace to work. That means that people with disabilities can become part of the workforce as well. And that's a really good thing that we've learned now. And then people started doing a lot of side hustles because of all the time they saved. And then people lost jobs. So a lot of people who lost jobs started their own businesses, which ironically led to more jobs. So in a way, a lot of great things happened because of all the things we had to adapt to.
Exactly, you're right. Okay, so why did you choose engineering?
Well, I always loved science as a kid. And engineering is really great if you're the kind of person who likes to make things with their hands. If you played with a lot of Lego or Play-Doh as a kid, you'll really enjoy making things that that goes into engineering. You create lots of things, not just physical things with your hands, but for example, in college I had to make a website, I had to make a Python simulation, which was very interesting because it showed the simulation of the spread of disease, and you had to make it yourself. So that was very interesting and very fun. And then I also had to make a prototype of a house me and my group designed. So these things make engineering a lot of fun.
Okay, so did you face any difficulties during your projects? In your first
I think
project?
the hardest part is, there's time management and then sometimes there's math. But math you can always work through by talking to your lecturers and revising any gaps in your knowledge or being online. Because when you have deadlines and you have to meet them, especially with someone like me who has to maintain a grade for their scholarship, you realize what to prioritize, and then there are sometimes things on your to-do list that you can completely eliminate. For example, for making my prototype, I was the group leader, so everyone would submit their work to me. And to make sure that we were all at the same quality, I had to edit things a lot. But I realized I shouldn't do that. I should tell other people. What I did was I enabled other people to bring their stuff to the level that I didn't have to redo their work. And that was a challenge in the beginning, but it became a skill.
Do you think it is worth for girls to study engineering?
Okay, I will start this by saying it is absolutely worth it. And if you look at just my university, engineering does not have as many students as a lot of the other degrees. That tells us that people already think it's really hard. So people in general don't really opt for engineering as much. And then even fewer people who take engineering turn out to be girls. But that doesn't mean that girls can't do it or shouldn't do it. A lot of the times girls actually don't do it because they feel like they won't enjoy the physics or the math aspect of it. But in reality, like I said before, a lot of engineering actually relies on creativity, and girls tend to be creative and they like to make stuff with their hands as well. So if you like solving real life problems, if you're obsessed with finding solutions, it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy, you'd be good for engineering, you'd be good at it.
Exactly, you're right. So let's revive some childhood memories. So when you were a kid, what was your favorite subject?
Interestingly, I was always, for me, that question has always been tied between English and science. But because I didn't get to study history a lot, whatever grades I did get to study history, nothing even came close. I really loved studying history.
Okay, what were your favorite cartoons and TV shows when
Right.
you were a kid?
I watched a lot of Dexter's Lab. Maybe that's why I got really into science, even though it doesn't show much really. We had E Junior, so basically anything that came on E Junior on off days or after school, I watched it. Backyard Science was fun. I watched a lot of Arthur, but I know these are like kind of niche cartoons. I did watch Powerpuff Girls though. I really enjoyed that, and Tom and Jerry.
When you were a kid, what did you assume would be awesome to be an adult? But it isn't as awesome as you thought it would be.
All right, I love this question because my answer would actually be the opposite. I thought, because I had always heard that adulthood would be really lame, everyone said that you will miss not having responsibilities, you will miss not having to worry about money. But I found out that being an adult is actually awesome because you're really independent when you grow up. Nobody's telling you
Exactly.
when to sleep or wake up. Nobody tells you what to eat and when to eat it. Basically you have so much freedom. The world is your canvas. You can do whatever you want. And it's important at that point to know what you want.
Exactly, you're right. Okay, so what would you like to say on this? You are your own greatest asset.
I completely agree with this sentiment. It's a huge life lesson that you learn little by little as you get older. Because you see, we are most worried about things we can't control in life. There's very can't we there's only a certain degree of it that we can
Yeah,
control. But who you are and who you choose to be, that's under your control at any given point, and that's 100% your thing. You own that. And you also sometimes, or a lot of the times, a lot of us have faced a lot of sadness in relationships. We expect things and then people don't fulfill those expectations. You feel betrayal, you feel hurt. But the relationship that you have with yourself, you can always count on, because if it's you who has a connection with yourself, you don't have to worry about betrayal. You don't have to worry about disloyalty. But you do have to worry about giving yourself the time and the worth that you deserve. So, yes, you are your greatest asset.
yeah, you're right actually. What would you like to say on this? Nothing is as serious as it feels.
That's completely true as well. A lot of the times we go through things and we get really nervous. For example, anytime I have to do a big talk or I have to host a guest lecture or something, it's really nerve-wracking at the beginning. And because of course all of us feel this fight or flight response. But the thing is, if you lean into it, if you actually go through with it, nothing that you dread is ever actually that hard. I see a lot of memes about people preparing to give their order at McDonald's or at Starbucks, and then you practice, you put in all that thought, but it's just a 30-second interaction. So we build it up in our head, and when we
Yeah,
actually go through with it wasn't that hard at all. The best thing to do is realize that right now I may be feeling it to be a big thing, but in the future either I'll not remember it, or even if I do, and if it went horribly wrong, I'm probably gonna laugh at it.
okay, right. Makes sense. What about this? Laughter is the best medicine.
Absolutely, laughter is the best medicine. You can go through any kind of horrible, traumatic thing, and if you still have your sense of humor about you, you'll be able to cope really well. That doesn't mean you shouldn't acknowledge your feelings and hide behind laughter, but that just means that laughter can help you get through even the worst of times. And a lot of the times, if you watch movies or TV shows, you'll see these characters who are really super chill. They're going through hard things, but they're finding something to laugh about, or they're making other people laugh. That actually can be a great source of strength. So, no matter what you're going through, find something to laugh at. It'll help you and everyone around you.
That's right. Laughter is actually the best medicine for everyone. Whether you're sad or happy, we should actually laugh instead of getting angry or sad. What about this? Be genuine, be you.
That is something to live by, to be honest. Because here's the thing. Um, for example, when you're job hunting, everyone has researched how to make the best CV, how to write the best cover letter. But then, if 100,000 people are writing the best CV and the best cover letter, how how many best CVs are going to stand out in a pile? There will be nothing to actually, laud at. There will be nothing distinguishable in all of them. So, no matter what you're doing, whether you're applying to a job, whether you're studying, whether you're writing an essay, just do something that brings you to the table, because that, if nothing else, it'll make you memorable, it'll get you noticed.
That's actually right. What about count your blessings? Should we count our blessings or should we count others' blessings?
I think you can do both, but when you're counting your blessings, it's important to do it from a place of being humble. It's not good to be arrogant, but I think this statement applies more to people who get overwhelmed with anxiety, or who are thinking about the future and freaking out, who are thinking about the past and freaking out. You should just think about what you have in the present, or what you don't even have but love in the present, because you're alive to witness something that actually made you feel something like love, something like passion. So what's important is, for me personally, if I'm getting overwhelmed, I'll make a list of things that I love, like, my parents, my family, my education, or things that I love that I would like to have in the future. And when I make that list, it recenters me, it realigns me. And that's what I feel that taking a moment to count your blessings actually means.
Okay, that's actually true, very true that we should actually count our blessings. Now, it's time to let's imagine and inspire. So, if you win a lottery ticket, how will you spend your money? Like, for example, you get infinite amount of money.
Okay, my answer might be a little bit boring, so I'll throw something interesting in there. Number one, the best thing if anyone ever wins a lottery, get a really good financial advisor. They'll tell you what to do with taxes and how to retain its value. Number two, save and invest. And then number three, I design my own house and have it made with some sort of interesting quirks, like a huge slide and an adult sized play area, because I enjoyed that as a kid, like a slide and a ball pit, and I just have that for grown-ups.
Oh, that's actually a great thing. It's something cool. Okay, so if you get a chance to learn magic, and after learning magic, what will be the first spell which you will implement?
Oh, I'd probably learn a summoning spell. I'd be using it all over the place. I'd never get up from my seat again. Just summon my phone, summon my keys, never getting off my seat.
Okay. So what about if you could live anywhere for one whole year, what country will you choose?
I think I'd choose Italy, specifically the city of Rome, because the food and the history there is so rich that I'd just immerse myself into it and just enjoy it for as long as I could.
Okay, that's great choice though. Okay, so do you have desire for languages? Like, do you desire to learn other languages apart from English and Urdu?
Yes, I wish I could speak Arabic. I mean, I learned a little bit of it elementary level growing up in the UAE, but I wish I could be fluent in it. And I wish I could learn Mandarin, because I feel like that's going to be really handy in the future. And probably for my trip in Rome, I'd want to learn Italian.
Oh, that's great choices though. So Wajiha, how do you relieve stress when you're stressed? How do you relieve?
Right, as an engineering student, I mean, I can tell you a little bit about stress, but I think I relieve it by journaling, just making a list of how I'm feeling, because how you're feeling is basically kind of like the problem. Once you see the problem, your brain already starts coming up with solutions. So journaling helps. I like painting, and I really like playing the guitar as well.
So do you paint? I mean, you learned by
For fun.
yourself or did you practice by?
I saw YouTube videos and I tried to do what they did, and eventually it gave me a nice knack for colors. So it was fun.
Okay, Wajiha, so what career path do you see yourself in future? Do you see yourself as an engineer?
Well, yes. I mean, the more I learn about engineering, the more I see what I could do in it. So possibly some sort of career in design. There's a whole field of design engineering that we're learning more and more. I might pursue that, or I might just become some kind of academic. I might become a lecturer, professor, researcher, or something like that, which is also exciting to me because it is technically being a scientist.
Yeah, it is actually a great thing. All the best. So it was great to have. It was great talking with you, Wajiha. I really enjoyed talking with you. I hope you also have enjoyed talking. So here is a small gesture from me to you.
Thanks. Oh, that's so sweet.
You're welcome.
Thanks for a wonderful talk, Laiba. Everyone, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends.
Because as it's said, right, that more muscles get contacted during when you're sad. You know that, right?
The smile muscles are only 27, and I think when you frown, you use like 40 something muscles. So
40 something,
if you're lazy, just laugh.
Yeah, best medicine, it's better to laugh rather than getting sad or okay. So here we are. Okay, so have you made like what sort of painting do you love? That calligraphy or the floral or natural one?
Right. I do sort of, I do landscape painting, but not realistic. I try to keep it as sort of not vague, but a little bit abstract, just enough so that you understand what I'm talking about, but not a very hyper realistic simulation of what I'm trying to draw. Like the night sky, I love starry night sky a lot.